Geez, you guys need to get out a violin for me, don't you? And I disagree with Keith on sailing Satara. So today we're going to be real cruisers, chappy. We're going to go and live on the Anchor.
Oh, I'm feeling a bit emotional now.
Digger in the master bedroom. Tauranga Bridge Marina. This is Coco on Charlie 55. Copy. Here's to you guys.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for.
Arriving at the dock is a very special moment for us, having purchased this vessel overseas and sailing her back to Tauranga, our hometown. If you want to see more about this, watch our previous episodes. So we've arrived in Tauranga Marina, and it's good to be getting on with this next stage of our life. We've got to get the house rented out. We've got to bring the maintenance of Coco up to date. The big dinghy has got a leak on it and we need to sort that out. The water maker's still not working. It's pretty much never worked since we've owned the boat. So I don't know if that was the problem, but it was definitely loose, so that could have been the air going into the system. And we've got to really get ready to be able to live out cruising on it. And the other reason I wanted to spend 3 months in a marina was we've just got a little baby. I want to make it easy for Yogi. We don't want to make it too much of a hassle. Otherwise, you never know, she might not want to do it. So I've asked Lex to pull out this tree around here. Come and have a look. So how do you think we're going to do this, Lex?
Oh, well, I think what we've got to do is pull it out so the roots are not there, because they'd be a pain in the neck. And so we'll give it a pull with the digger and keep it away from the house, because right now it's putting leaves in the house and blocking the guttering. And so we'll get the bucket and give it a pull over, and we'll get the roots started, and then we'll hook a chain on it and pick it up and take it around over that way.
How did that go, Lex?
Oh, that was pretty good. Yeah, it's exactly what I wanted it to do, which is good. You can now replace your paving and you won't know it was there in a week.
I think a chainsaw might have been quicker.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have been as tidy.
I think that's against Lex's religion. I think it's digger for breakfast, digger for trees.
That's the one. Yep.
I wonder if there's a digger in the master bedroom.
There is. This one is actually small enough to go in your bedroom. It'll go through the door.
Peter's outside tidying up the section, and I thought I'll just start going through my wardrobe and seeing what clothes I can take on the boat and what I will leave behind. I never thought of sailing around the world before I met Peter. My goal was to have a big corporate job, which I did, and just collect heaps of nice clothes and shoes and bags. Not ready to part with it now. So the plan is I will give some to my mum, some to my friends, and let's see what I can take on the boat. Oh, I'm feeling a bit emotional now, like it's all coming it's all becoming very real now, like we are really going to sail around the world. How much makeup will I need?
So Yogi's finally having feelings.
Yes, I'm a Spock. Yes, I'm a Spock. 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 Is it?
Yes, Spock, your logical accountant.
Completely pragmatic, and we poor irrational humans. Now you'll find yourself back among us illogical humans again.
Which I find eminently satisfactory, Doctor. For nowhere am I so desperately needed.
So I've sold my trailer boat that I love, spa pool, Land Cruiser that I love, PlayStation, all the stuff I've been selling, and every time I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, we're really doing this, going off to sail around the world. And then finally, like 6 months later, Yogi's cleaning out her wardrobe and she's finally having feelings as well.
Yeah, because those are corporate clothes. I have designer clothes. I've collected it over the years.
But all of this time I go and I do something and I say, holy shit, that was hard.
Yeah, but
I had to let go of that.
Yeah, but sometimes.
And now, 6 months later, you're finally catching up.
Yeah, no, but you say so much stuff that sometimes I just switch off. That sometimes I just switch off.
See, this is what it's come to.
No, there's like so much. So you know, you're like, okay, I'm listening, get to the point, I'm listening, and then after a while I switch off.
Such an accountant. So sailing vessel Dallas, they always said, Brady often said, and Brian, it's like mixed emotions when you're doing this sort of thing, when you're changing your life so much, when you're letting go of one life and changing into another life. So I think it's okay, isn't it?
I think so.
Because there's the excitement emotion, and then there's the whole, am I really letting go of this emotion?
Yeah, it's and sometimes emotion comes at different stage for different people. I think for me, when I'm actually doing it, then it hits me. Like a lot of talk beforehand means nothing to me. Like
Well, I've been doing it. I've been selling the trailer boat.
yeah,
I've been selling all the stuff.
But
I
it's-
love that Land Cruiser.
but it's not shoes and clothes, is it?
Leave your comments below, please, about the different styles of going through such a change. Such a change.
Huh?
It's tiny.
Oh, it's very tiny. It looks like a
Nothing
totally.
there.
It looks
It's
like
empty.
a totally different house now.
It's not lived in anymore.
Brand new house.
I know. It's like a shame we didn't tidy it up when we were living here.
Yeah.
Look at the grass. That's probably the highlight. Look, and you can even see the swimming pool. Cool.
So it's all done, ready for rent,
Yeah.
and the
Very tidy.
tenants move in tomorrow. So we are finished, and I'm checking out of the house, sayonara, setting sail, disappearing, and I'm so happy. This project has been monstrous. And I'm just here with Julie. Welcome to the vlog. She is the big boss of the property now, so thank you for taking her on. And she will look after the tenants, re-tenanting, bits and pieces of maintenance, and send me angry emails and all that sort of stuff. So, but no, thanks for that, and we'll see you soon.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, what do you think, guys? House is finished. Yay! If you're ever doing this, allow so much time and energy. It's been hardcore, unbelievable. It's like an ultra marathon. It's never ever ending. You just keep going, you keep going. There's a deadline with tenants moving in. Jeez, you guys need to get out a violin for me, don't you? Have a look. It's all done. The walls are painted, cleaned, scrubbed. Showers, water spots off the doors, new toilet seat, soft close toilet seat. Oh, it's just mental. It is absolutely mental how much work this is, but we're also looking forward to the rent because of the New Zealand lockdowns. This has taken a lot longer, and with the challenges with Liam, so it's good to get in the rent. Here's Mum.
Is this the sick bowl from
Mum's been a big help. Thank you, Mum. Well, that's a wrap. Let's get back to our life on Coco. So I'm just here at Prescott Trailers, and really good people. They've renovated a boat trailer for me maybe 10 years ago, but I just thought, oh, maybe I could borrow an old trailer off them to repair this dinghy. So just so happy to buy them. And that's the problem with having a big go fast dinghy, is then you've got to put it on a trailer to go and repair it. So yeah, this has been Dinghy Repair Central. So the first step I had to do was work out if this was Hypalon fabric or PVC, and then that showed me what glue to order. This was the section of hull over here that had come unstuck, and apparently a lot of the AB tenders at this year, I think they've probably got the problem fixed yet, but this glue was coming this fabric was coming off the aluminium hull. So I had to clean up the fabric on this side and clean up the hull, and then I had to put primer on it, a special 2-pot epoxy primer, and then we had to do a coat, leave that for 24 hours, do another coat, leave that for 24 hours, and then we had to scuff it up, scuff up the primer side on the aluminium, scuff up the fabric side, and then do one coat of glue, leave that to tack off, and then another coat of glue, leave that to tack off, and then we push that side down again. And then what we did to make it all strong, so we glued the factory stuff down, is we put this extra patch on it. I probably wouldn't recommend fixing a dinghy yourself. Like, I've got this whole do it myself thing going because I need to know how to fix everything. It was painful in it, and if you don't use these products right, you don't let them, maybe the timing right, or you forget a step or something like that in the process, then the glue might not stick and it might just come apart in a week or two. So it's going to be really interesting to find out over the next period of using this tender if our repair sticks. And over here we've got, look at this. Yes. This is a brand new Tohatsu 20 horsepower 4-stroke. The old motor was 30 horsepower and was 85 kg. This one's 20 horsepower and it's only 48 kg. So right now I could actually lift this up and put it on the tender. It's a little bit of a struggle, but it's doable. Where the 85 kilo one, no hand. You've got to take that to a workshop. You've got to use lifting blocks, forklifts or whatever, you know, it's a big pain in the butt. So this is what I think is the biggest cruising tender that a guy on a dock could lift off or get a friend to help him lift it. It's a 2-person job, but it's not a workshop job. And I want to be able to work on my tender. I want a good tender. I still want to blast around the place, but I do not want to have to take it to a workshop and borrow trailers and do all of this drama. You know, Coco is enough maintenance as it is. But yeah, this is going on soon. So yeah, excited. And it's power tilt and electric start, so that'll still be good for Yogi. Because Yogi's wanting to get really proficient at using the tender so she doesn't feel stuck on Coco, which is good. You know, it's a bit of independence for her. But let's put the outboard on, eh? Right, so here it is. So this center console tender is the next size up from the one that I had that I've just pulled a bit. So I probably think that's good if you holiday on your boat for maybe a month or two and you go back to your home port where you can get it repaired, where there's workshops, there's trailers. But for world cruising, I just don't think it's the right tender to have. And I disagree with Keith on sailing Satara to have the biggest go fast dinghy you can get, because it's just a pain in the ass to repair it. So if you're traveling around the world in your remote location, how do you lift the engine off if you need to take it to a repair because you've hit some coral? How do you flip it upside down if you need to repair underneath and fix a leak or something like that, or replace something on the bottom of the hull. Because what happens is the center console, to repair underneath, you'd have to take that off. That motor is huge and too big to lift. So basically a beautiful dinghy, beautiful tender, but for sailing the world, I don't think so. So that's why I've changed mine from a center console, and I've changed it from a 30 horsepower to a 20 horsepower motor. And I think the 20 horsepower is a balance of power versus weight. I can easily lift it. We'll go and put it on right now. Okay, so that's my fort. Okay, so we've got the hose plugged in. I've checked the oil, because you don't trust the guys at the shop. Who knows? So let's see if it goes. Woo! Oh, that's nice and quiet. Right, I'm just throttling up. Come up onto the plane real easy. And how quiet is that?
Peter loves dinghy. This is one of his favorite things to do.
Good morning. It's a nice day in Tauranga Mount Bridge Marina, and tomorrow we check out, and we're going to live out on the harbour here for a couple of weeks maybe, and then head up the coast of New Zealand. Oh, it just feels so good. We're free of the land life mostly. We still got a car, and we're going to keep that in New Zealand until we leave for Fiji, but the house is rented, the maintenance is up to date, the water maker works, the dinghy is mostly fixed and ready for us. The barbecue works, everything's going good, so it's just going to be freedom, and looking forward to taking you along as well around the coast of New Zealand. So today we're going to be real cruisers, chappy. We're going to go and live on the Anchor. Virtually no schedule for a couple of months. Just been down the harbour, away from it all, fishing, snorkeling. Oh, I just can't wait. Little part of me is just hopefully Coco doesn't break down or do anything.
Oh God.
But it's fingers crossed. I've looked after her as much as I can. So that's what it's like for me.
And mine is just so that I can even hang my washing outside.
Yeah, because the marina
you
doesn't really like us having the washing out like this.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my ego to one side, and I'm going to call the marina to have the push boat out, so if we get into trouble, because Coco is big in a marina. It's almost as wide as the whole freeway when we go out there.
Yeah.
And the wind is starting to pick up. So ego to one side, have the marina push boat on standby.
Yeah.
Tauranga Bridge Marina, this is Coco on Charlie 55, copy. Okay, perfect. Just want to head around to the fuel dock and have some assistance. And can you tell from the office if the fuel dock is vacant, please? Okay, great. I'll see you when you get here.
It'll just be a minute or so.
Yep, no panic. Am I clear of that rear? Any current yet? I'm going to reverse in. So what I do now is I stop the momentum in the hull. And then I start my rotation.
Pretty good, spot on, eh?
Oh, cool, thank you. Still gets the nerves going, eh?
Oh, it certainly does.
Oh,
eh?
if you're doing it every day, but
Yeah.
on a liverboard you don't. You move it every now and then.
That's right. Yeah.
Or you go on anchor and then you don't go near a dock for months. So,
Yeah. No,
did you mind waiting around, or do you want to go and do you want me to call you
No,
back?
no, I'll wait around. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. I'll get some fuel in. Just trying to listen for when it comes up so I don't spill too much. Yeah. Whew, that was tricky. The wind was blowing us on the dock. We had the marina push boat push us off the front and just had to drive back a bit on the engines. Yogi had a fender back there that squashed up and then just gap it forward. And now we're heading out of the marina. And it's like, whew. It's a big vessel, eh? It really is a big vessel. But once we're doing it sort of every day, but we've had these big gaps where we haven't used it, so it's hard to push against the wind. Can be operated by 2 people just. Anyway, that's a wrap. I'm going to drive us to a nice anchorage and we'll see you then. And we are anchored. Woo! So thanks for watching. It's so good to be out at a marina after 3 months of that anchor. Oh, the dream is real after all the work. So cheers to you guys. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out and helps us be motivated to make lots more content. Did you just But there it is, there's hometown. Bye-bye. Got no idea when we'll be back. It's wild, rugged, raw, coastal New Zealand.
Yeah, you got it. Very good.
Oh, that's what we had in mind.
That's right. Beautiful.
I kind of feel like we're finally living the Delos dream. So I'm going to try going for a paddle to get it and take it back to their boat. So I've got a life jacket, got a handheld floating VHF. I'm going to go paddling out in the storm. And I said that they'll owe me a steak dinner. I'll see what happens.